Okay, so when you get the problem that looks like this, the first thing I want you to do when we're doing circles, it has to be just x squared and y squared. It's not 2x squared, 2y squared. So this is a flag to me that I'm going to factor a 2 out of all of this. So when I factor out a 2, I'm just dividing everything by 2. So x squared plus 12x. And I know that since this x is here by itself, I have to complete this square. And then y squared equals 0. Plus whatever I'm adding right here. So now then that I've done this, I'm going to have to complete the square. So I'd do 12 divided by 2 is 6. And we're going to square that 6 to get 36. And whatever I add here, I have to add here. And then we're going to rewrite this. So it'd be x, this was a positive 6, so plus 6 squared plus y squared equals 36. So our center, now that we've got this down to standard form, since it's a positive 6, it's negative 6. Since there's nothing with the y, it's 0. And this is our center. And our radius would be the square root of 36, which is 6. Now then, I'm going to go a little off on this. So they're going to give you a point, and let's say it's negative 3, 2, and they're going to say this is the center, and we'll say we have a radius of 4. And they're going to want you to write this in standard form. So I'm going to put this paper under here. So standard form. And this is our h, and this is our k. So I'd have x subtract negative 3 squared plus y subtract 2 squared equals, and instead of writing 4 squared, do not write 4 squared, actually square it. So 4 squared is 16. And that would be the first part of this, and then the next part they're going to want you to do is write it in general form. So I'm going to move my paper around. This is general form, so maybe I'll just write it on here beside it. So standard, and they want us to go to general now. I really don't have much room left on this one. Where do I want to write it? Well, okay, so we have x squared plus y squared plus 8x plus by plus c equals 0. We're going to have to FOIL all this and put it in that form. So I'd have x plus 3 times x plus 3, and then I'd have y subtract 2 times y subtract 2. So I'd have x squared plus, it'd be 3x plus 3x, so plus 6x plus 9 plus y squared subtract 4y plus 4 equals 16, because I did some of that in my head. That is okay. Now then, I'm going to put it in order so that it looks like this. So x squared is first, y squared is second, x by itself is third, y by itself is fourth, and then I need to combine these for c. So here we go. I have x squared plus y squared plus 6x. It's negative 4y, so subtract 4y. 9 plus 4 is 13, so plus 13 equals 16. Now I need my c and it to equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract 16 to get x squared plus y squared plus 6x subtract 4y subtract 3 equals 0. So this is the general form for when they ask you that. And then the last thing on this, there is a Ferris wheel question. And on the Ferris wheel question, I really like it because I'm a weirdo. They're going to give you the maximum height of the Ferris wheel. So when I did earlier, it said the maximum height was 283 feet. Then they tell you the diameter of the Ferris wheel, and I think it said it was it's not a very round, but they said, I'm starting to think it wasn't 283 now. Let's say it was 2, and we'll make it work. So let's say our Ferris wheel is 270 feet, so 270 the diameter. So diameter is the distance all the way across the circle, and they're saying it's 270 feet. So first thing I'm going to find is the distance the Ferris wheel is off the ground. So 283 subtract 270 would mean this distance is 13 feet. Now, to be able to write an equation of this like they want us to, we have to know the center and the radius. That's all we have to know. So center and radius. And they tell us that this is on the y-axis, so I know my x value is going to be 0. Now, if they give us the diameter, the radius is half of the diameter. So half of 270 would be 135. Because 260, yeah. 270, so this is 135 here, but it's not just 0, 135, it's 135 plus the height it is off the ground. So it would be 148. So our center is 0 for the x value and 148 for the y value. 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. So then write it in standard form. We have x squared, because it'd be x subtract 0, plus y subtract 148 squared equals 135 squared. I need a calculator. So 18,225. And that would be what you type in there.